you also stuck in a reading slump like me, well, I'm gonna give you a few of my tips on how I get out of a reading slump. I really need to take my own advice, but I don't always. But here is my advice on how to get out of a reading slump. I would say if you're really not enjoying a book, DNF it, because if you're gonna force yourself to read it, you're gonna put yourself in a reading slump, and that is exactly what I did. So I forced myself. I knew this book wasn't going anywhere, and I forced myself to read a bit more of it, and now it's just caused a reading slump and I don't want to read anymore. So please don't be afraid to DNF it. I've DNF'd the book now, so you should too. My next tip would be to make sure your next read is something very light-hearted, very short. I wouldn't recommend, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend going into a series because you don't want to commit to it, but also if it's a series that you know you're most likely going to love, then it would also be fine. But I would just say keep it short, keep it simple, make sure it's a simple, light-hearted, very easy read. Usually if I don't have one of these physically, I would get my Kindle. This is kind of a separate tip but also joins with this tip. Audiobooks Kindle books, they are the best. I feel like I'm reading a lot quicker through Kindle, even though I'm probably not, but it just feels like that. Audiobooks also a good thing because you're just listening to it, and that can help you ease back into reading. Another thing I just do in general anyway, because I like having routines and structures and schedules, is schedule time for reading. If you schedule time for reading, it's going to force you to get back into the habit of reading, and you'll start slowly enjoying to read again. So for me personally, because I work a 9 to 5, I always read in the last hour before I know I'm going to go to bed. So this would be around 9 or 10, depending on how tired I am. If I have time on my lunch break, I will also read as well, but again, that's very dependent on my lunch break and who's in my lunch break room at the time, because obviously I'll talk to them if there's anyone in there. But yeah, I would advise schedule a time in for reading. Those are a few of my tips to get out of a reading slump. I hope you can get it out of it soon. I wish you luck.